Negro problem. Yo, what's the word, man? Welcome to another episode of Bedtime Stories. This is a special episode, man. We wanted to get it right. We got a few things that we want to talk to, a couple things I want to talk to you about, man. Um, I definitely want to talk about Wes Huff, and also we also want to talk about what happened with Kevin McCall. He's on live right now. He's on, different podcasts talking about, pretty much crying at the end of the day. Crying about what's going on and what's going on with him. I don't want to say too much until I play the video. Now we're gonna get into it for sure. But for the people who are watching, please, man, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, comment on the video as well. We appreciate the love. We appreciate people who are actually rocking with us, man. And also for the people who have been showing us love throughout this time period. I mean, we've, from Beyond the Book to Bedtime Stories, we've grossed on our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We've done quite well, man. I can't complain. I remember when people were talking about, me having an actual platform. Now, all of a sudden, hey, you should do right by your platform. When I say something that they don't like, at the end of the day, it's all love, and I'm extremely appreciative. And, clap it up for the people who I've been supporting and all that jazz. So let's get to it. This guy, Kevin McCall. If you don't know who this guy is, so Kevin McCall, American rapper. All right. A lot of us know this guy from Deuces. Okay. Kevin McCall is an American singer, rapper, songwriter, and producer known for co-writing and producing the 2010 hit song Deuces, performed by Chris Brown and featuring Tyga and himself. So we're gonna actually look at this video so that you guys can get an idea of who he is. But I'm gonna show you a picture of this guy. So he's closely tied to Chris Brown. Closely tied to Chris Brown. And Chris Brown has been influential to many artists, specifically a guy like Kevin McCall. So we're going to look at where Kevin McCall is now. We're going to watch a video on that. And we will also look at some things that Chris Brown possibly had to say in responding to Kevin McCall. You'll see excerpts from Chris Paul probably 8 years ago. Chris Paul has left this guy in the dust. Chris Paul. I was saying Chris Paul all the time. Chris Brown. Breezy. Chris Brown is not thinking about this guy. So we're going to look at what he's talking about, why Kevin McCall is making headlines right now. He made headlines 8 years ago. But let's find out how he's feeling now. I must warn you, this is heartbreaking.
This is at Breezy, bro, and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro. Leading up to who he is. I'm not even tripping though.
Hang on, because some of us may have missed it.
I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. I want to see the crying mirror. So I can think I'm a bro. That shit fair, man. Hey, I'm on EBT, bro. Hey, that's why. Hey, look, bro. Calm down, bro. I'm on EBT, straight. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit. Yo, I had to go up in that by my face with a mask, like COVID, bro. Yo, I like every had no EBT card. On the set, the nigga had an EBT card. Man, I might get an EBT. I got an EBT card. This is at Breezy,
one time.
And made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro. Leading up to who he is. I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro. Man.
Trust no one.
I don't want to see the crying mirror. So I can think I'm a bro. That shit fair, man. Hey, I'm on EBT, bro. Hey, that's why. Hey, look, bro. Calm down, bro. I'm on EBT, straight. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit. Yo, every nigga had no motherfucking EBT card. On the set, a nigga had an EBT card. Man, that might get an EBT. I got an EBT card.
They said EBT a lot on here, man. I thought he was joking at first. You know, when he first started, when he first started talking about this, I thought he was joking. Listen, man. Oh boy, where do I start with this guy? So if you guys don't understand, we have to go to the YouTube video. Deuces, Chris Brown. And Chris Brown, here's the video right here, guys. Here's the video right here. Hang on. Let me here's the video. Oh, I can't catch it. Hold on. Let me catch it though. Bro, we was wearing our hoods just like this. This one breezy. This one breezy. Now I'm thinking what year is this? This is after the fight with Rihanna? Oh, I ain't mean to bring that up. I'm pretty sure we want to forget that. But bro, we was wearing our hoods just like this, man. We was wearing our hoods right on the half of our joints, right there. We was wearing our hoods like that. Now, I don't want to get sidetracked. Chris Brown, this is the song that the guy was saying, hey, he helped write. He helped collaborate with Chris Brown. He mentioned 4 songs that Chris Brown is actually performing on Breezy Bowl that he's supposed to have some sort of credit for, on him 25,000 or more. Now, Chris Brown treated this guy like the bottom of his shoe. McCall. I'm a go to his verse in a second. Chris Brown, I don't want to, I could skip Chris Brown, gyrating and all that. Tiger, you must have. I didn't really like his verse all that well to begin with, but this is Kevin McCall. Who's hey, I liked his verse though. I ain't gonna lie to you. His verse is cold. His verse is decent. This is the shit. You went through a breakup, bro. You playing deuces. Stop lying to me. You played deuces when this shit came out. We gonna get to the other shit, to the other topics, bro. This shit bring me back, man. This bring me back. But though, I ain't gonna lie to you, he should have been paid. Hey, but the music industry is an ugly game, man. It's an ugly game. He made a couple mistakes. I'm gonna tell you what mistakes he made though. When it comes to Chris Brown is the golden boy, the golden child. You come in, we don't know if you Tyrese or Morris Chestnut, Young Buck. We're not sure what you are. Chris Brown was easily marketable. You know what I'm saying? Tall, light-skinned, good-looking dude, could sing and dance. Easy marketable. Easy marketability. We wasn't quite sure. This verse is hot, but this is the last time we seen you. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Nah, that shit was cold. But here's why. He was doing a little bit too much talking. Right here. I'm gonna show you exactly why. You never cross the phenom. Hold on. You never say too much to the phenom. It's Breezy. Chris Breezy, all that. Breezy, bro, all that, man. You was talking too spicy. They had to get rid of you. Breezy is younger than him. He was talking too spicy.
So tell me about this Keke Palmer incident.
I never told nobody that story, man.
Hey, you see his aura is different right here. You know what I'm saying? Now, the previous video we watched was Spit Flying. That's my son. He on EBT. He thought he was up. Right now, you see the rosary. Those were in. He had the hat. Well, nobody wearing these hats these days. Everybody see these hats now. This nigga was ahead of his time. He had the hat on. He had the purple sleeves matching the internal purple type bandana shirt. He in good spirits right now. He's sitting on top of the world. He just had a song with Breezy. He probably thinking he gonna be bigger than Breezy at this point.
I'm gonna just tell it because I think it can help a lot of people. Chris, he had this image of me. He wanted me to be grown, sexy, had this thug appeal, and we kind of just didn't see eye to eye. I didn't see the vision he had at the same time. It could have just been a small conversation. but for whatever reason, he didn't see eye to eye with whatever he was trying to do at the time. And I felt like I was just sitting on my hands waiting for him to do something. He was touring with Tiger and doing that, but he wouldn't take me with him and perform on my songs. And I'm seeing that, so okay, I got to do my own thing. He had a conversation with me. Said he was like, I could lead you to the door, but I can't make people fuck with you. You got to do it. Well, okay, I'm going to do it. So Harmony hit me up. She was a fan of mine. She wanted to work. Harmony Samuels from my church. He wrote with Chris Brown and did some stuff in his Fame album. He asked me to help him out on that, and I did it. And I did the video, and Chris was upset about it. Felt like it was a bad look. So he decided to call me on the phone and tell me how much of a bad look, but he didn't tell me in a professional way. So check him and let him know, don't ever talk to me like that again. Or we'll have a conversation when you see me in person.
He messed up. You talking like you Michael Jackson. You Tito, probably Jermaine. That's MJ. I don't know who told you to say that to Breezy. And another thing, you probably should have stay away from Keke Palmer. Anything that Keke Palmer touches seems like it go to the drain. Like that Up movie. I've seen that. Trey Songz and Keke Palmer. And then Keke Palmer with a baby daddy when she went to go see Usher. And it's too much negativity around Keke Palmer right now. I would stay away from her. I would stay away from Keke Palmer, period. She seemed like she a little shiesty.
He didn't like how that was, you know. I did see him in person. Cool. So I left it at that. I know how he get down. And I know he's an impulsive person. I love him. My little bro. And he can always come talk to me for anything. Tried to talk to him several times. I'm sure I will, especially after this. But, you know, even if I don't, it's all love. He was mad about the Keke Palmer thing. You're going to ruin your fucking career, and I'm going to make sure the label never fucks with you.
Said that on the phone.
Yeah.
You think that?
Damn.
That caused the real rift between you guys?
Yeah, not really, because I knew he was just talking on the phone. I'm not Drake. I'm not Frank Ocean. You're going to run into me. So if it's a physical type of thing, we can do that. But I knew it wasn't that.
Trust no one.
Oh, I love you. Yeah, I love you too. You know, just don't talk crazy to people. It's not cool. I shouldn't talk crazy to somebody that's my intern. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves respect. There's no such thing as a fucking celebrity. Human. Your blood is red just like mine. Just had to show him I was a real nigga, basically. But I seen him after that and it was cool. I thought it was cool.
You working with Keke again?
Yeah, I want to work with Keke and she's growing up now.
Yeah, she got a bunch of piercings now. You like the new Keke look?
The Keke look.
You
I'm
like the
liking
Keke
that.
look?
I'm liking that a lot.
Nah,
Okay.
man.
I mean, there's the August Alsina rumor. You know, we don't know what's going on with that.
Shout out to August. You winning, brother. Shit. Young and winning.
I kind of let me see if I want to see. I kind of want to play some other things before I play the Chris Brown. Kevin McCall blew the millions. We made Chris Brown. Kevin McCall, Chris Brown, and I fell out. Here's what Chris Brown had to say to that. Chris Brown is a hilarious dude, man. Let me see.
I just woke up and I thought about something. If this nigga wrote all these songs that he claiming he wrote, why he ain't write no more? Oh wait, this is just one part of my house. This is life before K-Mac and life after K-Mac. Man, I'm gonna stop playing with this nigga. He's a bitch. Thank you, K-Mac. I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money. I was thinking about giving you this, but you're a bitch. But I bought this with your money too. I bought that with your money. That's the only one on the West Coast. Oh, I bought that one with your money too. I took a shit and then I bought this car. He's looking at you so disappointed, bro. You look whack as fuck. Hey, bro, I got you. I got this curtain change up. I got you this. Do you think? Shout out to Ray J. We got you what's coming, K-Man. I just left rehearsal getting ready for this tour. And I just thought I should just keep being petty. So you know what I did? I went and bought a car. Not for K-Mac, but I bought one. Yeah, I just got mad. I was like, these niggas, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just keep using your money, K-Mac. I'm going to keep using your money. Hey, you see that? Thank you, bro. I appreciate all this hard work you did, old bitch ass nigga. I look on Instagram and I don't see him. I ask about him everywhere. I don't hear him. I don't know him. What happened, my friend? What the fuck? You know what? I have a solution. Go to your father's house. Go to your motherfucking father's house.
Who is this nigga in the background, bro?
Hey, K-Mac, you don't want to do your part? No. Oh, all right, keep going. Hold on. Hey, K-Mac, you don't want to do...
Oh man, so that's Chris Brown's response to this guy, man. You know, this guy's pretty much. I want to see this part again. I'll say this, and we gonna watch the clip of him talking about his EBT card again, man. This is why you should probably stay away from the whole clickbait clout. It's a lot of clout in this game. Clout has no reputation to it. I'm going to say it again. Clout has no reputation that comes with it. You got attention one moment, you go on the next. Now, Kevin McCall, when he explains this story, he sort of sounds as if he thinks he's still above EBT or even working a regular job. Now, when we're talking about the EBT card, everyone knows when you get the EBT card, that means that you report no income, or the government verifies whether you have income coming in or not. Kevin McCall, go get your regular job, man. It's over, bro. See, we got to get past ourselves. You go get a regular job and you actually sustain yourself and get back in the studio. That's what you do. Stop asking handouts from Chris Brown. Chris Brown is done with you, man. He threw up the deuces. Every time you think Chris Brown, you should put on that song and get to work. It's over, bro. Kevin McCall. Any of these guys looking up to people like this, you should be ashamed of yourself. How old is you? Older than Chris Brown, man. And everybody can't handle, that's the thing. Everybody can't handle the fame. He's 40 years old. Everybody can't handle when somebody shut the door on you. This a dirty game, man. Everybody can't have, man, you on BET, you with Chris Brown, next thing you know, they shut the door on you. Next thing you know. So we got to realize, my overall take is this. You got an EBT card, you shouldn't even have one. You going into the store talking about, yeah, I got to put on a mask. Bro, people, more than likely, people have no clue who the hell you are. Go in there, do what you got to do, man. Put your pride aside. At the end of the day, be able to get dumped by a girl, be able to lose friendships, be able to not have what you want as far as resources and still keep going. That's what men do. No matter what. Don't need no handouts, even though we would like them. That's not supposed to be happening. We're supposed to have support. But as a man, we shouldn't see this, man. We shouldn't see this.
I got an EBT card. It's at Breezy, bro, and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. I want to see the crying mirror. So I can think I'm a bro. That's ain't fair. Hey, I'm on EBT, bro. Hey, that's why.
Hey, look, bro.
Calm down, bro. I'm on EBT straight. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit. Yo, I had to go up in that by my face with a mask, like COVID, bro.
Yo, like every had no
EBT card.
On the set, the nigga had an EBT card.
Man, I might get an EBT.
The first thing you do, you get from around them losers. That's the first thing. Number two, you crying like a 9-year-old kid, man. Like somebody didn't hit your bike or took your bike. You woke up, your bike was gone from the backyard. This is embarrassing. 40-year-old man. I know people who have, dabbled in the entertainment industry. I'm in the industry. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Me being an extra in some of these shows. You go to these shows, you may meet people. I've met Anthony Anderson. I've met people who played on The Chi. I've met these people. But at the end of the day, these people have support behind them. They have different opportunities that you may not have. Kevin, K. McCall, Chris Brown had that. And he had a lot more. He had backing. We all know when it comes to the industry, whoever you signed to. Kevin McCall, were you signed? You hopped on a song, but you weren't Tiger, you weren't Breezy. Back to my story. I was an extra on The Chi. I was an extra for Beats, the Netflix series. People know about it. Anthony Anderson was on there. A few other people. I was an extra for Empire. When you had Hakeem Stunt Double or Hakeem's Double. Some nigga in there 40 years old. This Hakeem's Double, 40 years old. And you see him like an extra trying to get the camera. Nigga got black paint all on his lining and all that, man. I was looking around, I'm like, man, if I ain't got no agent, if I'm not doing what I need to do, it don't feel right. So here's what happens. There's a time when I was on The Chi. If anybody want to go check it out, I think it's season 2, episode 7 or 8, something like that. It wasn't a long cameo, but it's on my Facebook. Go to my Facebook. It's right there. Or go to my YouTube. Go down my YouTube, my videos or whatever else. Pictures. I'm playing the piano for The Chi. Anybody know who was an extra on The Chi? There is a church on the west side of Chicago. It's like a side church. They use that church to actually get footage. I'm playing the piano for this church slash choir scene. The director of the show tells me, hey, what do you do? This is what he asked me, right? I said, whatever you need me to do. That's what I told him. Whatever you need me to do. He didn't say anything back. Now, I spoke to a girl who was an extra with me. She was an extra. I'm sorry, not an extra. She was she was an extra. Pay extra. But on this particular time, I had a featured role. So I was the pianist, featured role pianist. Okay. She said, oh man, why did you say that? You didn't give him the answer that he was looking for. The point I'm making is this. If my future depends on an answer that I make in that moment, I'm good. I'm gone. You got to look at certain situations and see, is it becoming of the person I want to be? Am I deserving of whatever I'm trying to reach in this moment right now? Did I put in the work? Is the opportunity that promising? If not, you got to find another way, man. You got to find another way. I didn't feel good when she said, "Oh man, you didn't give him the answer that he was looking." I'm up out of there. I'm walking around. I'm an extra. I asked a question to some lady. She go back to where the extras are. Go back to where extras are. Now we getting paid. But she go back to where the extras are. It just ain't feel good, man. I said, "Nah, I'm good." Getting up at 4, 5 in the morning. See, some people, they have no clue. This is why we should start listening and pushing people to actually give information to people, man. They have no clue what people go through, and some people can't handle it. You start listening and seeing this.
I got an EBT card. It's that Breezy, bro, and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
This guy 40 years old. I'm 31 years old. Going into my doctor's stable job. You think I'm asking anybody for anything? I ain't asking nobody for shit. I'm putting that work in. That's what I'm doing. Head down. You won't see me at 40 years old begging for nothing. Come on, man. Light years. And get away from these niggas too. All these niggas are more, man, EBT is fine. Yeah, it's fine while you down, but it's only sustainable when you looking to live that life. When you looking to remain nothing. And when I say nothing, please take it with a grain of salt, because there are a lot of people who, hey, EBT is where it's at. You use it as a bridge, not a crutch. I'm gonna say it again. EBT you use as a bridge, not a crutch.
Up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. I want to see the crime here. So I can think I'm a bro. That's ain't fair, man.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
hey, look, bro.
Calm down, bro. I'm on EBT, straight. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit is bad. Yo, I had to go up in there by my face with a mask, like COVID, bro.
Look, he been drinking and smoking too. Yeah, man. Well, series of unfortunate events. Breezy. I mean, you know, man, like everybody don't make it, bro. That's the thing. Everybody want to be David Ruffin. Everybody want to be Eddie Kendrick. Everybody want to be Breezy, man. You know, it don't happen. Everybody I want to be like Mike. Every little nigga want to be like Mike, man. Hey, reality set in. And they put you up against that wall talking about choose your character. Choose your character, man. You want to be at McDonald's, want to go get a trade, want to, you know, what you been working on. Period. You was talking too crazy, talking too spicy, for one. You never talk like that to the star character, man. You play your role, you know. I don't care how old you is. You play your role, man. That's that. Good luck to him, man. All black man just trying to make it, though. Good luck to him. All right. So actually, there's something I want to get to. So Wes Huff. All right, Wes Huff. So for the people who don't know who Wes Huff is, he's someone who is, you know, going to, number one, be maybe around for a little time because he's been in the media a whole lot. Now, what I want to do is I want to actually, hang on, I want to share this. Let me see if I can share this. If you don't know who Wes Huff is, he got famous off of pretty much calling out what's his name? Billy Carson. So Wes Huff called out Billy Carson, and Billy Carson shriveled. You know, Billy Carson, another older guy who essentially, man, listen, he didn't have the spunk, he ain't had the balls to deal with a guy like Wes Huff. It's a difference when you've watched plenty of videos and you may have read a book or two, and you may have some knowledge on some things, and you come up again. I don't know how Billy Carson came up, what kind of money he didn't had, what type of money he has accrued, and also how he did it. If you're a black man, you're not fooling anybody with a brain. How did you get your money, bro? Because I know it wasn't easy. And if it wasn't easy, it was handed to you in a certain kind of way. Because white people have also had their money handed to them in a certain kind of, everybody ain't work for it. So I'm just trying to figure out. See, certain things I be talking to myself about, man. So many people just been lying. They'll lie to you 40, 50 years old. You never find out the answers because they just lying to you, man. But we going to do the best I can here. And if I get some bread, y'all know what's up. But anyway, Billy Carson. What I don't like about what Billy Carson did, and let me see if I can pull up a picture of Billy Carson. Billy Carson is somebody who will speak about religion. He would mention the, a lot of, here it is right here. He would actually mention a lot of different, let me see, maybe I can't click on it. Let me see. Billy Carson would just mention a lot of different takes when it comes to like the apocryphal text in certain Canaan. Actually, here's the small excerpt. No, it's not right there. Anyway, Billy Carson and this guy Wes Huff debated. So I'm gonna show you exactly who these people are, man. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you who these people are. So this is the guy. This is the guy. And they were speaking. Wes Huff and Billy Carson debated. Wes Huff pretty much told him, say, listen, man, whatever you talking about, do you know that the things that you're talking about when you speak of the book, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, when you speak up these scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls that you mentioned, and the tablets, right? Billy Carson is big on the tablets. Wes Huff was like, do you understand that a lot of these are apocryphal texts? Apocryphal text, not to say that apocryphal text doesn't necessarily mean that they are untrue. It just means that they were left out. Now, Billy Carson, when Wes Huff said these things, Billy Carson completely folded. My take on that is Billy Carson has never been in a academic environment where his intellect has been tested. We see a lot of this primarily, we may see a lot of this with, different cultures. I would say, I've seen a lot with white people specifically. I've seen a lot with black people also. So when you're in a space like this and then you're challenged on the spot and you just fold, like, oh okay. Billy Carson came up with every excuse. You sick. I mean, he was sick. He was saying that he came from a flight and talking about his money and talking about he had to take the elevator up to his house and all this other stuff. All these excuses, man. Wes Huff was asking him simple questions. I don't want to use this time to play that video. We may analyze that a little bit more, but that's pretty old. My point is, I want to get to Wes Huff, though, and his misinformation that he's sharing. He's very slick. So I want to talk about Wes Huff. I'm going to play a clip. I'm going to just play it first all the way through, and then I'm going to go through and break it down. Then I'll give my synopsis at the end. And we gonna end the show because you know what I'm saying, I'm hungry. I want to go grab something to eat. So let me see. So yeah, we gonna play this, and we gonna play this. And what I want to do is, man, I want to make sure that you guys are able to see every single thing, man. Make sure y'all can see every single thing here. Hang on. Why is that? We got to make sure it's right, all the way around. I didn't necessarily love that y'all couldn't see my screen. Hang on, give me a second. There we go. Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. See if I can bring this down just a little bit. Okay. All right, that's cool. Okay. So we gonna get to Billy, man. We gonna get to Billy right now. I'm sorry, Wes Huff. Let's see what he got to say. We're gonna play the video all the way through, and then after that, we gonna get into it.
Part of the confusion about the Book of Enoch is because the Book of Enoch is never considered scripture by the Jews, but ends up in the Ethiopian Bible. And part of
Ethiopian Bible.
Yeah, so the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has is like is a wing of, you have these different sort of overarching denominations of Christendom. You have today Protestants, Eastern Orthodox, Coptic, Roman Catholic, and then the Ethiopian Church. And the Ethiopian Church, we know that around the 4th century, missionaries from Syria went down to what then was referred to as the Kingdom of Aksum, which is in modern-day Ethiopia, and they brought with them a whole host of literature. And part of this literature was New Testament books in Greek and the Septuagint, the Greek translation of the Old Testament, which at that point was finalized. And the Ethiopian church took all of this literature, which included literature that nobody considered scripture at the time, and they appeared to have just been non-discretionary and included everything. So all of the debates that were happening in the Latin West and the Greek East about what was and wasn't scripture, they looked at that and they said, we're not really interested in that. We'll just take everything. So in being non-discretionary, they end up just canonizing everything, which leaves them with a canon of scripture that is completely unique and includes books like Enoch, which the ancient Jews and every ancient Christian didn't believe. Well, actually, I should preface that. There were a couple of early Christians who said, we think this could be scripture, but then they accept when, all the debates happen that, okay, those are pretty good reasons where we're not going to accept it at the end. And so I don't know where the idea came from, but there is definitely a prevailing myth on the internet that the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest Bible. And that's not true. In fact, the oldest copy of the Ethiopian Bible, which is full in terms of a Genesis to Revelation copy, is 14th century. So it's a long, long time after.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk online about Enoch, and particularly the copy of Enoch that is in the Ethiopian Bible, and that, that's actually reflective of the original Bible because the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest. I don't know how that myth started. It's patently untrue. But what ends up being what we call the Book of Enoch ends up in its final form in the Ethiopic canon.
All right. He said a lot of things. See, the aspect of white and black people for me that I've seen over the years, white people have always had the confidence because no one challenges them. So when you speak confidently, people are more than likely to believe you. Okay. People are more likely to believe what you say without challenging you because you sound so confident. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, of course. And you have the Bible and you have this and you have that, and it was apparently untrue. So when you speak confidently, some people may not challenge you. But you also have to understand when you come from a background where you're always challenged and you always are in a position there where you have to prove yourself, you question yourself a whole lot more. So the guy who's interviewing him, he may not know, but in a way, Wes Huff has twisted the narrative. So we're going to play it again, and I'll pause it this time to actually debunk all of the things that he's actually saying. Let's start.
Part of the confusion about the Book of Enoch is because the Book of Enoch is never considered scripture by the Jews, but ends up in the Ethiopian Bible.
So he's talking about the Book of Enoch. So when he says the Book of Enoch was never accepted by the Jews and ends up in the Ethiopian Bible, he's talking as if what the Jews put in their Bible came first. Bro, the Ethiopian Bible came first. And when he talks about the Book of Enoch, let me see, because I want to be able to go back. When he talks about the Book of Enoch, there's more than one Book of Enoch that's a representation of what's within the Ethiopian Bible. And we're going to get to that in the end when I give my whole soliloquy and wrap this thing up in a bow and hand it to you. So that's the first point that I would have brought up.
Part of the confusion about the Book of Enoch is because the Book of Enoch is never considered scripture by the Jews, but ends up in the Ethiopian Bible. And part of
Ethiopian Bible.
yeah, so
He say ends up in the Ethiopian Bible. Was never accepted by the Jews. Let's think about that. Was never accepted by the Jews, but ends up. Bro, the Ethiopian Bible was brought to the Jews. But he says it. He says, hey, in the 4th century, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to it. He says it. But how he's coming off, it makes you think that the Ethiopian Bible was not an actual representation of the verified manuscripts. This is a very tricky individual.
so the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has is like a wing of, you have these different sort of overarching denominations of Christendom. You have today Protestants, Eastern Orthodox, Coptic, Roman Catholic, and then the Ethiopian Church. And the Ethiopian Church, we know that around the 4th century, missionaries from Syria went down to what then was referred to as the Kingdom of Aksum, which is in modern-day Ethiopia, and they brought with them a whole host of literature.
Pause. He said in the 4th century, the people of Syria went down to what's known today as modern-day Ethiopia with information, with literature. This is the 4th century. Later, you'll hear him say, from Genesis to Revelation, Ethiopian text, a finalized copy, you can only go back to the 14th century. See, he's tricky. Of course, as far as a final actual compilation of the Ethiopian Bible, 14th century, it'll go back as far as a final interpretation of the Ethiopian Bible. But when it comes to actual Ge'ez, G-E'-E-Z, manuscripts, direct translations, there is no complete final verification of direct translations from Ge'ez to whether you want to call it like Hebrew, Greek, whatever else, right? There is no direct translation to Ethiopian Canaan, okay? So he knows, yes, as far as 14th century, people who are discovering, who are researching, gaining literature from the translations from the Ge'ez language and translating it to the Ethiopian Bible, they know there are no finalized, that date back to the 4th century, finalized actual manuscripts. But there are pieces of manuscripts that date back to the 4th century and beyond that is in the Ethiopian Bible. These are the manuscripts that were brought to modern day Ethiopia by the people of Syria. Now, he doesn't say that. He says it, but he tries to discredit it. So we got a couple things. We got number one, we know that the Ethiopian Bible was here before the Jewish people established their Bible, okay? Number two, we know that in the 4th century, we had the people of Syria come and actually give literature to modern day Ethiopia. We know this. He said it. But he goes tricky. He mentions manuscripts shortly.
And part of this literature was New Testament books in Greek and the Septuagint, the Greek translation of the Old Testament, which at that point was finalized. And the Ethiopian church took all of this literature, which included literature that nobody considered scripture at the time, and they appeared to have just been non-discretionary and included everything.
When he says this, he's portraying it as if it's dismissive and discrediting the fact that the people of modern day Ethiopia, he's trying to discredit them because they took everything. Let me ask you a question. If somebody told you about a movie and they say, hey, you know what? We got everything about the movie. We just gonna give you 75% because we think the other part you wouldn't actually need. It's not important. If somebody did that to you, no, bro, give me the whole damn movie. What are you talking about? this is disrespectful to the people who actually brought the entirety of what they was given and actually deemed it scripture, because that's what it is. This is the earliest text, the earliest literature, the earliest information, and the earliest translation of the Ge'ez manuscripts was given to the people of Ethiopia. They did not dismantle it. They did not break it down. They did not segment to the people and store a basis of religion that they can hold upon people's heads for power, laws, all this other stuff. You know who did that though? The Protestant Reformation. Those people within there did it. You water it down after the Reformation. Then you have the Jewish people, they come up with their Bible. You have the Romans, they come up with their Bible. These are all facts. The Catholic Church, they come up with their Bible. So this guy's playing semantics. Give these people credit for actually going in and saying, we're not going to take away anything. We're going to give the people exactly what was given to us. We will be non-discretionary. Talking about involving everything. Yeah, my nigga, they involved everything. They didn't take away from the people. They didn't actually deem what was religion. And they didn't have white people coming together to determine what was scripture and what wasn't, to use it for their own advantage, to say what God said was supposed to be. Man, let the stories be what they are. But he's holding this ideal of Western tampering. Western civilization has tampered and also diagnosed themselves as being the end-all be-all keepers of knowledge. So they extracted information from the real text and handed it out. That's what happened. And he's holding that same philosophy. I'm just giving you the facts, man. We're not done with them.
So all of the debates that were happening in the Latin West and the Greek East about what was and wasn't scripture, they looked at that and they said, we're not really interested in that. We'll just take everything.
I ain't gonna beat that dead horse, but at the end of the day, he said, yeah, bro, they gave us the real. They didn't have other people trying to come in, reaching their hands in the pot, taking out all of this was meant for us to actually have what really happened. That's what we want. We don't want people digging in the pot and taking things out. What really happened.
So in being non-discretionary, they end up just canonizing everything, which leaves them with a canon of scripture that is completely unique.
Yes, they canonized everything because that's what was brought to them. If I give you a 80%, if you know a person has documents, 100 documents about how the world started, you want the whole thing. See, what happens is what he told to Billy Carson. This is not the same thing because I don't even want to go into that. But what happens is what this guy's talking about. Yes, people brought you the literature into modern day Ethiopia. They canonized everything because that was all that was brought. They didn't want to leave anything out. Now, what you actually have, people who was a part of the Protestant Reformation, the Catholic churches, Jewish, a few other denominations, they take out what they deem as not scripture, what they deem to be uncomfortable and inappropriate, and they canonize what they actually believe to be scripture and lay everything else to the side and say that this is an apocryphal text. That's what they do. So apocryphal text doesn't mean that it's untrue. For instance, for all my brothers out there, if you make a album, the songs that don't make the album, they still real songs. They still real songs, man. You just left them out. You left them out. They may be on the mixtape. Ethiopia said, "No, give us everything. We gonna get the people everything." I wish he had me on the show. This is the problem we have, man. This is the biggest problem we have.
And includes books like Enoch, which the ancient Jews and every ancient Christian didn't. Well, actually, I should preface that there were a couple of early Christians who said we think this could be scripture, but then they accept when all the debates happen that okay, those are pretty good reasons where we're not going to accept it at the end.
I wonder what were those reasons. And he almost messed up. That's why I did there were some Christians, early Christians, who accepted it. But I wonder why they didn't. We may get to that.
And so I don't know where the idea came from, but there is
You know what idea came from. You just said it.
definitely a prevailing myth on the internet that the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest Bible. And that's not true. In fact, the oldest copy of the Ethiopian Bible, which is full in terms of a Genesis to Revelation copy, is 14th century.
So he's saying, hey, 14th century, and I've already said this. He's saying a full length text from Genesis to Revelation is 14th century. This is a whole of what they are considered the Ethiopian Bible. But he just said 4th century Ethiopia had the earliest literature. There's no argument there.
So it's a long, long time after. Shit. But there's a lot of talk online about Enoch, and particularly the copy of Enoch that is in the Ethiopian Bible, and that, that's actually reflective of the original Bible because the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest. I don't know how that myth started. It's patently untrue. But what ends up being what we call the Book of Enoch ends up in its final form in the Ethiopic canon.
Okay. This guy's lying through his teeth, and frankly, he's just simply wrong, saying things Ethiopian canon. Yes, the Book of Enoch ended up in the Ethiopian canon. It helps also round out descriptions, and also it helps the Ethiopian canon be more comprehensive. That's what it does. But he doesn't tell you a few things, which we're going to get to. He doesn't tell you a few things. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to show you something. This right here. See, we're not going to play no games, man, because we got the knowledge. So, first, the claim itself is misleading, right? And I'm going to round this all out so we can end it. The claim that Wes Huff is presenting is misleading. When someone says it's not the oldest, they're playing word games. They're not comparing it like, they're comparing the manuscript copy. The manuscript copy was written versus when the original material existed, right? That's like saying 2020 reprint of Plato. The 2020 Plato means Plato wasn't ancient, right? Let's say if Plato was written in 2020. Plato still is Plato, no matter what time period it's in. No matter where you was born, what time period you was born, saying that it wasn't, original because it wasn't ancient. All these other weird semantic plays. The Book of Enoch's content dates back to around. I said it goes early. I said it goes earlier, 3 to 4th century BCE, possibly earlier. Far older than many canonical Old Testament books in their final written form. There's also context that here's context. I'm gonna tell everybody. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church never quote unquote added. They simply preserved what others removed. Now I told you this time and time again. I'm just going over making sure I hit all my points. Their canon, 81 to 88 books, depending on the edition, and includes 1 Enoch, Jubilees, and other ancient writings that the Western Church later cut during the 4th century councils, and even more drastically during the Protestant Reformation. Oh, and by the way, Here it is. The Book of Enoch. Oh, how many books? The first one you may just see in the Ethiopian Bible. But you got to get 1, 2, and 3, which is a more direct translation of the Ge'ik manuscripts. See, they don't tell you this. Wes Huff not gonna tell you. When you got the knowledge, man, you can't be fooled. So when people act like Ethiopia was some extra Bible, very not true. They have the older, fuller one, the form that existed before European Canaan reduction. That's the one we got. Historically, fragments of Enoch were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls written in Aramaic, the same language Jesus spoke. That alone validates, man, its antiquity and influence. Its historical value is unmatched. Early church fathers, like Clement of Alexandria, all quoted or referenced it with respect. He didn't mention that. It only fell out of Western civilization. Then later, church politics decided it was too mystical because they were too uncomfortable and deemed it apocryphal. It was too apocalyptic. That's what happened, man. Let me mention to everybody a deeper issue here. When people say it's not the oldest, what they're really doing is protecting the Western framework, which I've already told you. But I'm just making sure I'm rounding everything out. They're not pursuing the truth. The truth is, people gathered, the Syrian people, came up to what is considered now modern day Ethiopia and gave them everything that they actually needed and wanted. And Ethiopia did not discriminate, did not tamper, and did not actually hoard or segment anything, displace anything for their own political, religion, or scriptural references that they deemed to be exclusive or appropriate for the people. That's what happened. Because Ethiopia had a continuous biblical tradition long before Europe even standardized the Canaan. Their Canaan. They were copying and preserving scriptures in Ge'ez, not Latin, when Rome was still arguing over which books to keep. So no, Wes Huff isn't giving you historical accuracy here. He's giving you Western framing dressed as objectivity. The reality is simple, if you ask me. The Book of Enoch is one of humanity's oldest theological works. The Ethiopian Bible is the oldest complete biblical canon still in use. And the conversation shouldn't be about what's oldest, but about who preserved the truth when others erased it. So next time someone says the Book of Enoch isn't the oldest, you tell them no. It's the one that actually survived. I appreciate everybody rocking with us, man, for Bedtime Stories. Please like, comment, subscribe. We enjoyed every single person. As always, we enjoy everybody, man. But we going to do what we can to make sure that people are actually gaining the knowledge and not being tricked, not being sold the dream. Not being sold the dream, man. As always, in this simulation, provide a demonstration to the higher power showing who you are. Only then do we soar across the pages of life. Until next time, levitate.